I get to do more duplicate stitch because I'm a goofball. What happened was these shapes have these central pattern, this bar or lozenge shape to kind of break up the pattern, help keep the yarn from having too long of floats. It's actually based on the design or the appearance of the animal itself, the way that the scales sort of split. Crocodiles, alligators, the scales when they get very large do sort of split, so they have a different appearance. This is one blue, one purple, one blue, and I was just going along and doing one purple all the way. I just look below to inform myself of what I did and just keep on going. And then I looked back at the chart and I said, oh, that's not the way I was supposed to do it. I need to do 2 duplicate stitches here, 1 here, and so on and so forth across these 3. And so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to leave this tail on the outside. I'll tuck that back in a minute. One of the most common complaints that I get is that it is sometimes hard to see what I'm doing, and I hear ya. This is not meant to be a total demonstration of how to do duplicate stitches. There are other much better tutorials out there for that. This is about how I'm doing the problem solving on this particular garment when I've made a mistake. And also I do want to show you how I'm doing these floats, because instead of weaving in all of these ends, I'm just going to create a few extra floats on the back here. I finished this duplicate stitch over here and I'm ready to come over here, and I'm just going to create another float. I'm not going to pull it too tight, but I want it to be consistent with what else is going on. I noticed that I caught the yarn that I'm actually working with, so I want to uncatch that. You have no idea how hard it is to film. My body is up in the tripod right now, and I don't have free use of my arms because that would jiggle the camera. I do want to note that I do not get paid for these videos. As of the time that I'm filming this, my YouTube channel is not monetized, so all of this I am doing is free labor. I do hope it's helpful, but this is time and energy that I'm taking out to show you as best I can, and it's free, and I'm not getting paid for it. Okay, so I've completed that part. I've got one more to do. Again, I'm going to come over here. If you would like for me to get paid for these videos, I would too. And the best way that you can do that is to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm actually close to getting monetized, at which point I will probably make $2 or $3. So even when I do start getting paid, it's not going to be a ton of money, but it will help me to get more supplies that I can share, book reviews, things like that. I'm just wanting to double check that I left enough room for that float. It's actually a little tight, so I'm going to move that around a little bit. Now I'm going to weave this in just like I'd weave in any other loose end. I'm also perfectly happy to leave these loose ends until I finish the project and I do them all at once, but since we're on camera doing things, let's do it. So I'm gonna just pull this end back to the back and weave that in as well. This one is not going to weave in for quite as many ends just because there's not as much to it. So I'm going to put the needle through the bits. Sometimes when I'm weaving in ends, I will actually catch actual stitches, and sometimes I'll catch floats. It really just depends on what is available to me and how it looks from the front. I do check on the front and that looks good to me. So we're ready to keep knitting. I am going to have to repeat this on the other side.